Your time will come. Far away, your troubles. Don't listen to what they say. Just believe in what you know. Don't worry what people say. Just hold tight. Let them go away.
Good evening.
One day, our time will come. Far away, most troubles.
One day our time will come, and far away our troubles will go.
Do what they say.
Don't listen, just do what they say.
Just believe.
Believe in what you know. In what you know.
Don't worry
Don't worry
what people say.
what people say.
Just hold
Just hold
tight.
them tight.
Let it go away.
You. Yes, so one day our time will come. Good evening, my people. How about I greet you? You're welcome. Good evening. Welcome, 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 guys. You're welcome. Our day too will come. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. One day our time too will come. Yes, welcome everybody. One day our time will come. Our time will come. Far away.
Your troubles.
Far away our troubles go. Hey, Chima, long time. You're welcome.
Do what they say.
Don't listen, just do what they say.
Just
Believe in what you know. In what you know. One day our time will come. Good evening, everybody.
Just hold tight. Let it go away.
It's about time to hope that one day there is hope for us. There is hope for Ijele Nation. Welcome, welcome, my people. Welcome, welcome, my people. I greet you.
One day,
Good evening, everybody.
will come. Far away.
Welcome, welcome. There is hope for Ijele Nation. One day. Don't listen to what they say.
Do what they say.
Don't listen to what they say.
Just believe.
Just believe in what you know. One day our day
In
will
what you
come.
know.
Yes, yes, yes. Welcome everybody.
What people say.
Don't worry what people
Just
say.
hold tight.
Just hold on tight.
Let it blow away.
Yes, so my people, this song just kind of got into my spirit this evening. I was like, I'm, I think it's a good song for this part of the video. Good evening, everybody. Like I want to say, there is hope. There is hope for Ijele Nation. Hmm? Hmm. Our own time too will come. More I cannot say. Like I'm happy with the development, and it's good evening. Huh? Are you guys not seeing that there is a sign? I would a German would say Zeichnen. A sign, yeah. That's a sign. This is a sign of good things to come. So yeah, I greet every one of you once again, my people. You're welcome to this live video. This is your Blessedom live. If you are joining us from any part of Facebook or YouTube, you're welcome. Don't forget to click the like button. Don't forget to love this video. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to comment as you see fit. If you are not following, what are you waiting for? Click the follow button. Follow and support this page. Follow and support. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also subscribe to this page, to pages to support. Also, you are all welcome. Good evening, Victor. I greet you. Favor, I greet you. I greet every one of you that is joining me. Anik Kalude Chima Clark, I greet you. Herbert, I greet you. You're welcome, my people. So, and every one of you that is joining later, I want to appreciate your presence here and your contribution and your support. So, this evening, I came up about these pictures. I got these pictures when I was coming from work today, and I was like, wow, great. It's a very interesting development. And be that as it may, and we have seen how everything has played out. And yeah, there is something that she said that you know, Apostle Paul said, whatever happens, the important thing is that the gospel is being preached. I want to be positive about this whole thing. I'm looking at it that in spite of everything that is underbelly, that has happened, that is happening on the free, however it is, there's a positivity there. And there is hope for Igele Nation, if you know what I mean. So if Hope Uzodinma will be in this place today, I mean, to be in this light today, there is hope. There is hope for somebody like Igele. Yeah, there is hope for someone like me. There's hope for someone like Henry Chimezie, unu egbula n'anya egbu, that kind of thing. Yeah, our own time too will come that we will be we will be in another light. So yeah, however it is, the gospel is being preached. You remember that verse in the Bible say, yeah, whether the style and however it is going, like there's a positivity there. So yeah, if it will move the state forward, move governance forward, there's a positivity there. Yeah, we have to say that. We have to see that. And in seeing that, we are also seeing that there is hope. There is hope for Ndimo, for the Ndi Igbo, right? And above all, there's hope for Ijele Nation. So I don't have anything to say that is contrary. I'm just looking at it. I could say so many other things, right? But I want to leave it here like this. So I have to practice. Good evening, Becky. I greet you. We have to, try to kind of, we don't want to be too good. We don't want to be too bitter, that kind of thing. So let's put it there, like the Bible say, let's be wise, right? Let's be wise. So in keeping up to that, I say, well, if a day like this can come, and thank God we are alive to witness a day like this, yeah, there's hope for us all. There's hope for us. So yeah, I'm happy that a lot of people are happy about this. And as it is now, we are all moving to Zion. Oh, Zion, Obodoma. I remember that time when I was small, there was a song they used to sing. Zion, Obodoma, Zion, 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 Zion. And along the line, there was another version that came. That Zion, it was a little bit more like a performance by a choir, and it's eccentric, but it's also there. So yeah, all road leads to Zion. So we shall not be left behind. As we are seeing moving to Zion, there is hope. Hmm? So guys, let's move on to Zion so that there will be hope for all of us. So yeah, as long as a day came and he's no longer Sabo, right? So there is a day is coming, our turn, our own too will reach that we too will not go be Sabo, Ijele too will not be Sabo. So yeah, the truth in whatever road is passing is coming to light, right? Right. Yeah. So one day, as Hope Uzodima is there is hope, right? And there is also Zion. So Zion, Obodoma, and hope. So there's hope, and we are moving to Zion, 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 Obodoma, Zion, 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 Zion. So we are all moving to Zion with hope that that day too will come, that we all will no longer be Sabu, and that there will now be, you know, an open forum now where we are seen as human, as normal people. Hmm? Yeah. So, yeah, that is it, my people. This is what I want to say about this. So, it is an incredible photo news. As a matter of fact, you don't have to say anything. The news in of itself is in the pictures, but for the sake of being in a video, I agree to Daniel. Yeah, we have to acknowledge the presence of hope on the way to Zion. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, guys. So, another thing I wanted to talk about in this live session today, I wanted to, I don't know if you guys have seen the video of Pastor Orisejafo. I think I want to make this video. Like at this point in my life, I think I've come to the point that people have actually the liberty to be what they want to be, to believe in what they want to be, to go where they want to be as adults, right? And I think for African people, if like what we try to do, and we came up and we tried to say, oh, come on now, let's reason among ourselves, and it was not working, right? So I think at this point we just have to encourage everyone to be able to explore that road, see it to the end of it. What is the need? What is it? So I don't know if you guys have seen this video, but I shared the link. For the sake of copyright issues, I'm not going to play this video, but I want to just share it for the sake of visuals alone. So I don't know if you guys remember this man, Ayo Orisejafo. He is a very popular pastor in Nigeria, right? He's a very popular pastor. And in this testimony, he's giving the testimony that he had an aggressive cancer. He had an aggressive cancer, Pastor Orisejafo, and he went to the USA to treat it medically. No. And um, he was saying in this testimony, guys, I've shared this link on my Facebook page. Please try and click the video and watch it. You know how it is these days with our Nigerians. They are so aggressive with monetization. So yeah, they, I don't know, our own thing they pass. So I find this video of this man interesting because I was thinking, um yeah, yeah. I think during Jonathan era, right? Yeah. Good evening, Theophilus. I greet you. During Jonathan era, yeah. So he is a very popular pastor in Nigeria, and yeah, a Pentecostal pastor. And in this video, he was telling the story of how he survived an aggressive cancer for which he was airlifted to the US and he was treated. And on the basis of that treatment, God showed mercy on him and he recovered and he's here. And he was singing the very popular song, All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good. Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. You know that song, I love you, Lord, for your mercy never fail me. So he was singing that song, and he was also in that same video, he was talking about another person that was lifted at the same time he was being taken to the US. That person was being taken to the UK, to the United Kingdom. And as they were bringing him back, recovered, hale and healthy. The other one was being brought in a casket, and but he didn't mention the name, right? So why am I showing you this video? Because one of the things that have put a lot of people in trouble is trying to tell you, and somebody like Ijele, for example, yeah, you we may disagree in the manner that he has carried on that message, but at the core of the message he was like, go to the hospital, right? And now I think he didn't intend to say it. It was something that just kind of came up, and then he had to say it. And he said it that he went to the hospital, he got treatment for cancer, and he survived on the basis of the treatment that he got, right? And you have to keep in mind that what sold our Pentecostal version of Christianity, why many people left Anglican Church, left Catholic Church, was on the promise of miraculous healing, especially healing and deliverance. It was very fascinating to see pastor perform deliverance, and people were falling and all those kind of theatrics and dramatics. It was very, very compelling. Or like if you were in the Christian, in Catholic or Anglican. I grew up in the Anglican church, so we didn't have that. So in order to make room for that, Anglican church started making room for SU, for there's another name they call it, not really SU. There's a Christian evangelical group out of that. And then EFAC, Evangelical Fellowship of Anglican Commission. And so a lot of people kind of, who would have gravitated to Pentecostal church, they kind of were doing that fellowship. So it came at that point that there was that promise of magical Christianity that will heal. And the message was like, I suffer from this kind of illness for so long, and I went to this pastor and I was healed. And of course, it was fascinating. Of course, we don't have a robust medical care, and there was a lot of problems, and there was no money. Even if you want to go to the hospital, there is no money. And sometimes, even if you go to the hospital, there's a lot of malpractice, mismanagement, and there is no guarantee, right? So there was hope. There was hope. It showed hope to a lot of people, and we went, right? And I'm not going to lie to you. I can even imagine that a lot of people who got healing through fasting, because naturally, actually, medicinal, like when you fast and kind of cleanse your body, it depends on the timeline, like how long you fast and in what duration, and if you took some kind of fluid along the line, right? Fasting can actually eliminate a lot of toxins from the body. I'm telling you, it's a proven fact. So sometimes, you go to church and you were made to fast and kind of, not take any food for a period of time. It has its own therapeutic healing properties. It has that fasting in of itself. Sometimes even when you go to the hospital, sometimes if they want to start some treatment, you need to fast, like kind of cut down on calories, on intakes and stuff like that. So I don't know what it was, but it was so moving. And at that period of time, a lot of people left the Catholic Church, a lot of people left Anglican Church, left Baptist Church on the promise of miracle healing. And if you see all our mega pastors, their team, how they got big, outgrew the Orthodox Church, it was on the promise of healing. For example, Oyakilome, I remember him very well. He had a healing school, healing, and it was shown on national TV. They were showing it, how people were getting healed. So, and when he was doing atmosphere for miracles, people will be so many, and there will be overflows, so many, everything. So everything was happening concurrently. Deeper life was happening, and people will go to Ayobo. I remember one of my auntie, she used to be in Deeper Life, and we will go there, like there will be so many crowd. And again, the pool, when you see so many people going somewhere, you think they cannot all be, I don't know, there's something about that crowd. You want to be in that midst, you want to move along. You understand? So then Deeper Life was happening, and then came Redeem, and then came CSC, and then came no, CSC, I think CSC was very big. And then I think the owner, the leader died or something. And then it kind of splintered, right? Babalola, something like that. And they still go to that mountain to pray. And then at the same time, Redeem was happening, MFM came up, and so many others, right? So, and the theme was common: healing, 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 and deliverance and all, and they had to just keep it up. And so a lot of people have gotten into trouble trying to tell people, like, there is a place for either of them. And that's why I did the video that I did. Was sometime I was like, give unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Like, there's a place for that. Like, you can go to church, you can go to the hospital. Let me tell you guys, even here in Germany, for example, their system, even though they have all the machines, they have, I don't know, any of you have experienced this thing. If you come here for medical treatment here in this Germany, they have all the treatments, they have all the machine and everything. But sometimes, like many people have experienced it, you go to the hospital, you're having pain, you're having this symptom, they will not know what is wrong with you. They will check, they will say they cannot know. And if they don't have any reason, they will not give you any medicine. And then they will say, okay, go to this specialist. And for you to go to that specialist, you have to book an appointment. And for you to book an appointment, the appointment will take months even. And before you get that appointment and go for that test, maybe that symptom you are experiencing at that particular time have elapsed. And you understand? So that symptom you are experiencing at that particular time has elapsed, and then you go, they will do that test, they'll say they did not see anything. And then at some point again, the pain will increase, and then you go back to your doctor again, to your specialist or however. Sometimes you go to the general doctor, they say, okay, you need to see an internist, you need to see an oncologist, you need to see this one, and all these things are going to take you appointments to see this one. And in all this time, you are still suffering, you're having that symptoms. So I can understand, that frustration. And so when someone says there's a hope here, and there is some kind of testimony for instant healing, I can understand why there is a pull, it's pulling people. But at this point, we are no longer in an era where we'll now be telling you do this or don't do that. Good evening, my people. Anyone that you feel good about, if you are very sick and you feel like you go to church, that's where your healing is, you will be fine. Huh? If you did not make it, life goes on. The same time, some people go to the hospital, they don't make it. It is what it is. So right now, my encouragement is going to be, do what pleases you. Now, this man has come out to say he went to the US to get cancer treatment. And I believe if there were people from his congregation, I don't know him personally, I've never been in his congregation, I've never even listened to it, but I know he's a big pastor in Nigeria. And I know that there are a lot of people in his congregation that, he's going to tell them, come, I'll pray for you, and that they will be doing all those healing. But when he really got sick, he had to fly out. And I've also heard, for example, during Corona, we know what happened. And I have a feeling that it was because of the restrictions that happened during Corona that TB Joshua didn't make it, because perhaps he didn't have the time to go to leave the country. I'm thinking so. And Baba Deboye's son, I'm thinking that's what happened, because they didn't have that leverage to just kind of go to the airport and leave. There was lockdown. So I'm thinking that's what really happened to them. So at this point, my own is, do you according to what people will say. If you feel like, if your healing is in the church, go to the church and get the healing. And if you don't get it, fine. If you feel like you can go to the hospital and get the treatment, go to the hospital and get the treatment. Yeah. So that's what I want to say. Give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Give to God what belongs to God. However you want it. That is our message now. We are not going to be telling anybody, yeah, exactly. It says, save yourself from yourself message. Thank you so much. In fact, that's it. Save yourself from yourself. If because we are all adults here. Let's face it. Many of us have children. So, and many of us will have children to come. So nobody can be telling you do this or don't do that. And I posted another video of Father this Kumuyi. you know, uh, Kumuyi was the one that taught so many people. Sometimes, because, for example, these ones that are coming up now, when you're talking about them, it looks like an attack. It's because there is media to talk about them, social media. In the past, you didn't have that kind of possibility. We didn't, there was, and the few people that had the audacity to come out and talk about them, they suffered heavily for that. I remember one lady that used to come on Facebook, Mayowa, and YouTube to cast Adeboye and Oyedepo back in those days. I don't know where she is or what happened to her. I think she got sick or something like that. And yeah, many other people like that. So many people ended in prison, just like Ijele today, and we didn't hear about it. Why? Because social media was not prolific as it is today, like the one of MFM that is coming out at, some people have even stayed many years, like 7 years, and they are even begging him, right? So it is going on, but nobody knows about it, because why? The media was not as prolific as today. Unlike today, that we have, everybody have smartphone. Before you know it, you will be talking about, you can video, you can snap and all those things. So so uh, in the same vein of this save yourself from yourself message, I want to share with you. I'm not going to make it talk, but in this video, Kumuyi was saying that he married his wife at the age of 65 years old, right? Hey, greetings, my sister. I greet you. He married his wife at the age of 65 years old, right? And it's something that he feels like it is a honorable thing for, I don't know, for a young woman, for anybody. So you're not going to tell anybody, say, don't wait, don't wait until you are 65. If you feel this is what you want to do, do it. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I think it's getting cold. Yeah, so if you think that if young men come to you when you are younger, and they are not spirit filled enough, or you have your reasons, you've not heard from the spirit, and you know doing that at the age of 65 is something that is for you. It's up to you. Nobody is going to tell you don't do that. You understand? So yeah, if you want to be 65-year-old, marrying for the first time and marrying a widow, a widower, right? All is fine and good. So it says save yourself from yourself message. If you find it good, fine. So one thing I think this whole thing we I think the message we should push, correct me if I'm wrong. I think the message we should push right now is accountability for yourself and for your actions. One of the things that put Ijele in this problem was trying to speak out on behalf of others. You understand? So people came with him with grievances and say, oh, this is what we have gone through in the hands of this person that is a pastor in high place, highly placed, and this is what he has done, and we cannot go out and say what he has done, and we cannot speak out. And Ijele put himself in it. And today, that's one of the things he's suffering from, right? So, what am I saying is, um, in addition to saving yourself, we have to teach accountability for your action. Yeah, so I think it's time for Africans to take accountability for their actions. So we cannot continue to be doing oh, this person did like that. Those girls that were saying those things, they have parents. They have parents. So why am I saying this? Because, for example, when you are telling a grown person, if you are sick, go to the hospital. He's an adult. You don't have to tell him that. Yeah. And so if he doesn't deem it fit that he needs to go to the hospital, then let him go to where he deems it fit. But if he didn't work out, or however it works out, let him take accountability for that and say, I made up my mind to do this. And if this is the end result, so be it. Right. So instead of saying, don't go this route, maybe guys, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like the message we should be pushing at this point is accountability. So, for example, a lot of people are coming and saying, "Oh, Kumuyi, do you know your message destroyed a lot of people, made them wait, lose their husband, didn't have families, destroy their childhood, they couldn't have fun, they couldn't do anything." Well, he's an adult. Your parents were also adults, and they took that decision. So I think it's about time people push that accountability to Nigerians, to Africans. You guys, we need to take accountability for our actions or inactions. So we cannot go through the whole of our life and never taking account for anything that have gone down in our lifetime. Is either is the European, or is this person, or is the other person, right? If you cannot protect your children, and something happened to them, like Ijele was trying to speak out on behalf of those young girls that sent all those voice messages of what happened to them while they were in their early teens in the hands of Reverend Hezekiah, right? Then it is on their parents. It is on their parents. I think that's the route we should go right now. And frankly speaking, if it comes down to it, and for example, they say the Southeast, this is really what they want, that what they really want is Biafra. We we have to say, yes, give them Biafra. So they have to take that accountability. If it is what they really want, then let's support, let everybody sing that yes, 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 so that they will get it. Like now, I hear that there's going to be a 1 month lockdown. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know when that lockdown is going to begin. Huh? They say the lockdown will begin in I don't know, maybe September, and it's going to last for a whole month, and it's going to be over anything that represent Nigeria. Why should we be saying, "Oh, don't do that"? I don't know why. I believe it is pointless. Eh? You understand? Good evening, Igwe Abuchi. Yeah. So, huh? Yeah. So it's accountability. It's either like very dark man will say, don't play until you learn the hard way, or it benefits you. However, so I think there's no point. I mean, we can talk about things, but not in that aspect. Maybe we can talk about the facts of it, but not in that aspect of say, don't do this or do this, or this is not the right way to go. Explore if this is the situation things are now, and you don't like it, and you feel this is the other one, well, why not? Go for it. All the best, right? That is what it has to be. And I hear that Prime Minister is issuing a 1 month lockdown. If it is what will bring the hope of the masses in this region, so be it. You cannot be on the fringes. And I think the mistake we have made the mistake we have made is being on the fringes. And as a matter of fact, it's like being on the opposite side. It's like the thing we are trying to say, don't do this, is what we are doing on the other side. Honestly. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because if people are on the fringes and pushing for something, and you are seeing it that, oh, you guys, you can't do this. You are not the one that can do this. It is not on you to do this. But meanwhile, it is also not on us to say that. Right? Are you getting me? Hmm. I hope you guys are following me. Yeah. So so don't be confused when going forward if you see my post, because I am now in this phase in my life where I am basically a strong supporter of self, how will I put it? Germans would call it participation, like participation, like you are a strong participant of what is going on in your life, and you are the one determining how it is happening in your life. You understand? So at this point, we have to help people to participate fully to the contentment of their innermost self, that yes, this is, like, it's like what we say in Igbo, like when that thing where they hungry, you chop and reach ground. Ihe ahụ, like they say, onye na-eri awọ, something with onye na-eri awọ, like, oh, ori awọ and akpọ ya ori awọ ọza, something like that. So yeah, that is it. You want to do it to the fullest and to your deep contentment. you know so I think that is the right thing to do. That's the right thing to do, because now government is there, and like we are saying, the pro Biafra agitators, that they cannot fight government. But who are we to speak for government? Right? The government is there, and they have the infrastructure, the instruments, the institutions to speak for themselves. They didn't give us that, even though, like, from our own um you know self-love of saying, oh, I don't, like, you know there's something about your hometown. It's like your home, like your villages, your towns. There's that attachment, that sentimental attachment that we have to our ethnicity and our states of origin and stuff like that. So when you see, it's like when you see rain coming in this direction, you want to say, oh, they are still close outside. They are still, so you want to remove things from the rain. You want to, make way. You don't want things to get hot. And I think that happened to us on that level of emotion, being emotional. And I've come to the realization that um Interesting enough, the thing we were talking about that they were doing, we're doing it on the other side, right? Because if we were saying that the institutions of government is there to speak and ask for Biafra. For example, the people in the Senate, they had the duty, if this is the heart desire of the southeastern region, that they want Biafra. They were able, they have the capacity, they have the institutions, they have the offices, they have the platform to do that in the parliament and the Senate. You understand me? Like they have the financial wherewithal, but they didn't do it. And then on the other side, we are also kind of saying, don't go there, don't do this, it's not going to be good for your region, they're lying to you, stuff like that. But then we were doing the same thing on the, correct me if I'm right wrong, this is my impression right now. And I'm thinking, like, is it not the same thing that we did, right? We are doing, like we are saying, we're kind of speaking for government and speaking on behalf of the who is who, the elite, the like, you understand? Because at the end of the day, it belongs to all of us. And at the end of the day, the region belongs to everyone that is evil. If there's a collateral benefit, everybody will benefit from it. If there is a collateral damage, everybody will benefit from it, right? So, yeah. And so, I support whatever you support. I greet you, Max. I greet you, Obina. So right now, if Prime Minister said they want to lock down the region for 1 month, yeah, what instrument do you have to speak? The social media page? Is it not the same thing we were saying on Live Country? Like the government have the instrument, they have the platform, they have radio stations. Come on now, guys. There's a saying that hindsight is 100%, meaning when you are looking back, it's always 100%. You see everything clearly. You wouldn't see that clearly up front, but later you look back and say, because you have seen it through, you've experienced it. Yeah. So at this point, I'm going to say accountability for actions taken or inactions, for as a matter of fact. Uh, I don't know. Our brother is asking what is the update about Ijele. I don't know. I've not gotten any update up till now. I'm even seeing Ijele's lawyer. You can see that he's doing his rofo on social media. I don't. Me, I don't talk past my mouth. So no, do rofo. I'm just seeing him doing his thing on social media. So I don't know. We will see, right? Um, yeah, so all the same, I wish that Ijele will come out alive and healthy. And yeah, last, it has been a roller coaster. We have all taken this ride, and I take accountability for my own actions taken. And yeah, everybody will have to take actions for their own. Take account, take be accountable for their own action or inaction. Yeah. So I don't know if anybody wants to add anything. You're welcome. Should I share the link? Yeah, I don't have any other thing to say. So please, going forward, we'll just talk around the issues as I see that people of our African, um, they don't like you to say it as it is. Everybody looking for who will find their ego and stuff like that. So it is what it is. Yeah, I'm trying to post the link. Yeah, so guys, don't forget to like the video, share the video. So yeah, so if you see me trying to kind of encourage you to do your best, do that thing that is in your heart, do it at least. Heaven will not for do it. There's nothing new under the sun. Do it. Do it make you belly full, right? Yeah, so there is always a consequence for action or inaction. So if you took action, there's a consequence. If you did not take any action, there's a consequence. And in everything, there's going to be a collateral benefit or a collateral damage, because sometimes you didn't partake in anything, but when the goodies come, you benefit thereof, or when the suffering come, you benefit thereof. It's like when you vote, you know, not everybody will vote the same way, but at the end of the day, the majority will carry the vote, and the impact of whatever they voted for is going to affect everyone, right? It is what it is. So I think at this point, I've come to a point where I want to accept that reality. I don't know if it is the time or the age or the things that are going on around us, but yes, I think at this point it's the right thing to do. So um if it is a secession and a new country that will make majority of people in this region happy, so be it, you know. So we should encourage them to have it. Yeah, so somebody sent me a video of Prime Minister saying that there is going to be a lockdown for 1 month. Wow, I was like, wow, interesting. Um, it's not in my place to say anything about it. There are people who have that job actually to do that, so let them do it. Yeah, so my people, it may look like I'm rambling, but I hope you got something out of this video. And yeah, let's continue the conversation in the comment section. Take what you can, what you want from this video. And at the end of the day, anything you want to do, you feel convinced in your heart that this is the right thing for you to do as an adult. And even as children, you have adults who you are under. So anything that you all decide that you want to do, any road you follow that you feel like is the right thing for you to do, that is what it has to be. Yeah. So no problem. So our brother is saying many Nigerians and Southeast in particular are demanding for our numerous prayer ministries and zero governance. So be it. What can you do? What can you do? So you can only make commentary, but then you will be attacked. So that's how it is. So if this is what the majority want, then let them have it. Yeah. Um, like as you all know, me, I'm generally not against church. I am not a proponent of going back to the roots, at least not in the sense in which I'm seeing it now. So I'm still on that level, like to each his own. If you want to go to church, go to church. If you're a Muslim, I don't care how you pray. If you want to pray the Christian way, you want to pray the Muslim way, you want to pray the traditional way, is prayer. Pray how you will. I remember back in the day in the village, there are people who pour wine on the ground and say the things. It's literally prayer they were praying. And there are people that will put chalk and draw lines and say things. And yeah, me personally, I grew up in Anglican church, so I go to church, I pray. And while I was in the university, I came across people who were Muslims and they prayed like 5 times. They had a corner in our room where they prayed, and it was all harmonious. And I realized that okay, at the end of the day, we are all human. We are all, looking for some kind of higher to connect to, and what we connect to depends on the our foundation. So hardly you see people who were Muslims and they became Christians and vice versa. So it's generally where you were born into. I believe if I was born in the north, or if I grew up in the Middle East, or if I was born into, depending on where you were born to, will really, to a large extent, determine the faith, how you pray. that you are practicing. So because of that, I just kind of leave it there, and I respect everyone. How about yeah, I greet you. Thank you for that validation. At least you get it. You get it. Yeah. So, my people, thank you so much for being a part of this program. As I always say, I appreciate every one of you that supports me on this page. In spite of everything we have gone through and in spite of how far we have come, thank you so much for being here. And let's continue to pray for Ijele. Um, you know, he meant well. He meant well, and he's being punished for that, right? A lot of people will say, yeah, the way he talked, the way he talked, that kind of a thing. Let me put up Ijele's picture while I talk about him. So a lot of people will say, yeah, you're talking about Ijele. um, he did this and he did that. Where are the pictures I have of Ijele? Come in, just a minute. Yeah. Yeah, so at the end of the day, we have to remember always that Ijele meant well. Yeah, a lot of people will say, yeah, the way he talked about it, the way he was going about threatening people, and people forget this young man have received so many numerous threats because of what he was doing. Yeah, and what was he doing? He was trying to save people from themselves. And just for that simple reason, you understand me? So they say, oh, you were threatening people. Meanwhile, all the threats he received didn't mean anything. And meanwhile, we know somebody who issued even one more threat and even went ahead to, those threats even went ahead to be actionized, but it didn't mean anything. So there is a blind spot for other people, and where Ijele is, everything is accentuated, everyone can see very clearly. So at the end of the day, I pray for him that he will not end in this saga, in this issue, and that, yeah, the Lord will deliver him, and he will not allow his enemies to um, triumph over him. Yeah. So unto thee, O Lord, I lift up Ijele, and oh my God, I trust in you, and I know that you will not put him to shame, and you will not allow his enemies to triumph over him. Amen. Thank you, guys, and good night, you all. Bye for now.